So I've got a couple projects sitting here on the table we're going to talk about. Well, a few videos, I guess. This is another saw blade. So this time, this is not an old, rusty, pitted out, ruined saw blade. This is a relatively new, last 5 years, saw blade that was dull. I took it in, I washed it in Dawn dish soap, scrubbed it up, and brought it back out. And I'll throw a couple pictures up here in the corner for you. This side has the writing still on it. I did not wire wheel this. I wanted to see if the laser could take the writing off, and it did. The problem is where the writing is, the paint kind of pooled around the writing because it's raised on the surface of the metal. Not the best look, but for me here in the shop, because it's going to hang on the wall behind me, no big deal. On the other side, there was no writing. And yes, it's two different colors of green paint because I want to try them out. No writing, came out perfectly. Now you'll see in my laser video, I laid it on a piece of scrap wood so the beam wouldn't bounce through the center. And you also see a little bit of smoking around the hole. That's where the wood was burning up against the paint on the back side. Because I did laser both sides of this piece of saw blade. So, the paint is one coat of paint, and this is Rust-Oleum paint. Please follow Rust-Oleum paint instructions to the letter, or it will not work. I don't know why. A lot of people on YouTube will tell you if you don't follow the directions, it will not work. You must wait 48 hours for this paint to dry and cure. You must have it at the right temperature for it to dry and cure. Obviously, I'm wearing my winter jacket right now. It is freezing out here in the barn. Literally, I have my little heater running over there so that hopefully my boots don't freeze to the concrete. This is a fun project, guys. If you don't have some old saw blades, like I said in the other video, you can find them, put a listing up on Facebook Marketplace or something. You'll find some old saw blades. This is a lot of fun. And I think I've got 2 more blades, and I'm going to try doing some of the cuts and peels and that kind of stuff, but I can't do it in the winter. So those may be some spring projects that are going to come to you instead of some winter projects. So guys, Rust-Oleum paint worked the best. Put a piece of scrap wood behind so you don't laser into your crumb tray, and go play and have some fun with this project. My settings for this, I think you can see them on the side of the computer. I think it's 80 by 900, and I'm using a high DPI on this because I'm not trying to go for fine art. I think it's like 2.25, 250, somewhere in there. If you guys want, leave a comment and I will go back and look at my settings for it and see if I can't put them in the comment section for you. So guys, go check this project out. This is a fun, easy one, and definitely a Weekend Warrior DIY project. Spray paint this on a Friday or Saturday, you'd be lasering it on a Sunday or Monday. So go give this one a shot, guys. You might not want to laser it until the 48 hours is up. So, alright, fun project. Have fun, laser on. Remember, like and subscribe for me. Next thing you're going to see is me working on the computer, setting this project up, and then lasering in the computer, or in the Glowforge. Okay guys, I'm going to assume that you've already seen how this project comes out, since I usually do the intro with the finished product in my hand. But just in case I don't talk about this, we're going to be lasering both sides of this to see if the words on the saw blade go away when I laser it. So I'm not going to use any proof grade material. I did measure the wood and the blade together is 0.25 millimeters. So we're going to go to one of my measurements that I change all the time to make our own settings. I am using one of my coaster blankets, that's why there's the octagon around it. I'm just going to hit ignore, but that does help us with lining up on this piece. I am going to let the laser run across that opening in the center of the saw blade because I think it's going to mess up my design if I try to alter it. But with that piece of wood behind it, all that's going to happen is the laser will just bounce off the piece of wood or engrave the piece of scrap wood that I have sitting back there, and it won't affect anything. I did take my measurement from the thickness of the wood and the saw blade together off the crumb tray, and that's going to be an important part of this process for us. And we're just going to drop that piece of art right there. Got it all lined up. We're using the outside of the coaster to help us line up on the saw blade, make sure we get our spacing good. Oh, I have to pick a material. We'll just pick cherry wood. We'll hit our set focus, make sure it's not going to move when we hit the start button. Alright, we shifted just a little bit. We'll realign here. We've only got, we're not going to show you guys the setting up for the other side. We're just going to flip the blade and laser it, and hopefully we talk about all this good stuff in the intro. Alright guys, let's go give it a shot.